First up here is the idea that spot Bitcoin ETF has been the most successful ETF launch in history. So if you compare the Bitcoin flows in versus gold, Bitcoin has just completely dominated. Not exactly a fair thing because that was November 2004, which is before QE, before this whole explosive 20-year bull run. Upon its fourth halving, Bitcoin's inflation rate dropped below gold's long-term supply growth. So this speaks to the deflationary nature of the Bitcoin supply, and then as adoption grows, it exacerbates the upward pressure on the price, and then that helps to lead into their well, we'll see later on, their price predictions for Bitcoin. Over here, I wanted to show the absorption of the selling pressure. So Bitcoin, there was actually major selling this year in Bitcoin, but funnily enough, the markets didn't drop as much as you might expect, especially historically. So the volatility of Bitcoin, at least to the downside, is actually dropping as it gets more institutional adoption, as it becomes more mature. This is the one I thought was the most interesting number, which is the Bitcoin's aggregate cost basis hit a new high in 2024. So that's this black line that's saying that this 811.7 billion total aggregate cost basis represents about 40,000 or $41,000 Bitcoin. So you could imagine this as a floor. Like if people sell below this number, they're selling at a loss on net aggregate across the Bitcoin network. And as long as above it, they're in profit. And so we've just extended up. Basically, the floor for the price has moved up significantly.
Right.
So that means when the price comes down, we're likely to come down to the $40,000 area, which is exactly what I have on my chart for Bitcoin as the low of the cycle. Right now, the low of the cycle for me is around 39,000.
You're saying it could drop all the way there?
Well, it will drop all the way there at the end of the cycle. And I'll talk about on Sunday Fuel where I think that cycle will be, because I think the cycle top is happening soon. Actually, over the next couple of months.
Nice.
So this is the bull case for ARK is that Bitcoin hits 1.5 million or by 2030, and their bear case would be 30,000 by 2030. All right, so I thought it was a pretty interesting document. There's a lot of information in here. I'm waiting to see this crossover between AI and crypto. This is why I was reading these. I wasn't seeing it just yet. I think that makes sense that that's how AI agents are going to be able to pay each other as they interact with things or surface new value that hasn't been monetized before. But we'll see.